Good morning. The purpose we called this press conference is to announce the arrest of David and Jennifer Beatty, David being the parents of Brooklyn Beatty and Riley Beatty. Those two children died on the morning of July 4th of 2014. Charges filed against David are as follows: 2 counts of involuntary manslaughter, 2 counts of endangering welfare of children. In relation to the mother, Jennifer, we filed 2 counts of endangering welfare of children. I would like to thank the Aliquippa Police Department, Beaver County Detective Bureau, and the Coroner's Office of Beaver County, who all helped in the investigation of this case. Individuals were arrested this morning at about 8 a.m. They have yet to be arraigned, but we're told the preliminary hearings are scheduled for July the 31st at 10 a.m. As I said before, this is a result of an extensive investigation that took place. Both children, according to the coroner's report, died of asphyxiation. It's interesting to note that the caretaker at that time of the children was the father, David, and that explains the charges of involuntary manslaughter that were filed against him. As I said, it was an extensive investigation. There were a lot of issues swirling around this case, and let me be perfectly clear. This case is a perfect example, to use a phrase in another context. Children should not be left behind, and that's what happened in this case. What I mean by that is, these 2 children were known to David at the time he left the room, were in the bottom drawer of this cabinet. He left the room, and approximately 10 minutes later, he heard a crash. He didn't respond to that for another 20 or so minutes. And it's our position that, A, leaving the children in that position to begin with, and 2, failure to respond upon hearing some noise coming from that room resulted in the filing of involuntary manslaughter charges. In regards to the endangering welfare of children, in relation to the mother in this case and the father, that was based on the conditions of the apartment, which were apparent to investigators at the time they arrived at the scene, and manifested itself to such an extent. It's our belief that the conditions themselves were a danger to the children living there.
Ryan, just talk to us, this new information we learned today through the criminal complaint. Can you speak to us about the house and what the conditions were when you guys entered?
The house was in a significant state of filth. There were human feces on multiple items within the room where the children were located, presumably their bedroom. There was also animal feces throughout the house. There were empty drawers all over the house. The clothes were strewn about the house, and there was in a general state of clutter.
And talk to us about Dad and the changing of the story in the criminal complaint, if you can.
What I can say is that throughout the times that we've interviewed Mr. Beatty, the story has changed approximately 2 or 3 times.